10 right here, JLN Radio Podcast. And I'm your host, Edwin J. Applewhite. And today we got Presley Aronson live with us today. Talk about his music ventures and things of that nature. How you doing, Presley?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks so much for having me.
All right, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and just get right on into it. You described your style as a Cali country. What drew you to the blend, the California vibe with country music, and how do you bring both elements into your song?
So, growing up in Canyon Country, California, it really has that kind of mix between kind of the suburb country living, but also in, just right outside of LA. And so it kind
Okay.
of meshed those worlds together. Growing
Uh-huh.
up, my grandma loves country music, my mom loves country music. And then, an aspect of that, once I started getting into it, the rest of my family started loving country music. And it's just really something special to be able to take the songwriting roots of country music, the storytelling aspect, and to
Yeah.
create something that is just like kind of a little bit of who I am, of a little bit of pop, a little bit of California flavor into it, a little bit of beach flavor. It kind of just
Right.
evolved into this thing that I like to call Cali country.
Yeah, that's what it says. You mix country pop with contemporary country, so that's a nice blend. Okay, right here, let's see. Let's get into your EPK. Your EPK mentioned you're a multi-talented musician, singer, songwriter, guitarist, pianist, drummer. How does bringing those elements or instruments affect the way you write and produce your songs?
Well, I think it's, at least for me, it's important that I know how to play instruments because that's half of the songwriting aspect, right? Of
Uh-huh.
is the music in addition to
Right.
lyrics. And so for me, not only to be able to just write with other music, but to be able to, perform or just rehearse and different things, to have the control and the ability to be able to, pick up a guitar and bring it anywhere, or jump on a piano or jump on drums. I think those are kind of some key elements to the whole picture, because if you know how to play drums, you have a rhythm and a beat, and along with
Right.
your keys and guitar, and so it's just something that's kind of really special to be able to really kind of bring all of it together in one aspect.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do a little music too myself. I actually just compose music and stuff like that, make beats actually.
And that's awesome.
Yeah, so I get what you're talking about. All right, let's go with number three right here. Your latest single featured Jimmy Allen. That's real big right there. Love for the Win, garnered a HMIA nomination. What was the collaboration process like? And did working with Jimmy push you into new creativity territory?
Jimmy's amazing. I was very fortunate that he kind of wanted to be a part of this. It's a song
Yeah.
about anti-suicide, and
Okay.
really just like the title, "Take Love for the Win," and just really pushing that positivity. So, we both come from a little bit of backgrounds with that, and we wanted to spread some awareness. So we teamed up on it, and
Mm-hmm.
incredible writer, an incredible artist, and a great person. And so just very blessed to be able to do that with him, and
Yeah.
for him to support my journey on that is just incredible. And I think it's
Yeah.
something that's going to help hopefully change a lot of lives. And it's helped bring a lot of awareness towards the cause. And
Right.
it's a great song. I'm a little biased with it, but it's a great song. And it's he's inspiring. He's helped mentor and guide me on the professional side of certain things, and
Okay.
I'm grateful for that. He's a very very talented, very fast writer,
Oh wow.
and I admire that. I mean, he wrote an aspect of the song, and he wrote his verse, and
Uh,
did everything in 20-30 minutes. I mean,
oh wow.
so
That's fast.
yeah, he's pretty quick when it comes to that stuff. So, obviously little tweaks here and there and whatnot, but the whole thing didn't take that long for all of us to just write the song. But you know, he's just on point very quickly. So it's
Yeah, yeah.
that, and we got to do some other stuff together, and I think we did a festival together earlier this summer, and that's kind of when the song came out, and
Right.
just kind of cool to be able to play that and be together when it got released. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I bet that was, man. That's big right there. All right, question number 4 is you won the 2023 HMI a country crossover award. Live Like Paradise was I was able to check that out, the video. That was pretty cool right there. And you also have an award winning and anti-bullying track, what you just talked about, background. How important is the message in your music, and how do you choose what topics to tackle?
To me, like going back to the whole Cali country aspect of the songwriting roots and storytelling aspect of country music means everything
Mm,
to me. I'm huge into giving back because I've gone through a lot and I want to be able to give back. And
right,
for me, it's like focusing on those aspects of a lot of the causes, whether it's anti-bullying, anti-suicide, or even just sometimes the simpler things of just positivity, happiness,
yeah,
aspect of loss and grief. And I always want to have some sort of message or meaning behind every song to a certain degree, whether that is just a love story, but creating that story behind it, and really just putting a purpose into what I create. Like Live Like Paradise is a fun summer song, but if you really listen to
yeah,
the lyrics, it's
uh-huh,
a positivity song.
yeah,
It's about finding your outlet. It's about finding that place for you, no matter what you're going through. Whether that is music or reading a book, or it's not always a physical place. Paradise,
right,
it can be spending some time at the beach. It can be spending some time in the mountains, but it doesn't have to.
right,
It can be an outlet of, like I said, reading a book or cooking or something that just takes you into this whole other space that distracts you and heals you from our challenging lives every single day. And things like
yeah,
background, I was bullied physically, mentally, and emotionally when I was younger, and that's affected
right,
affected my childhood, affected my aspect of my academics, and
mm-hmm,
I want to give back with that. So I wanted to create a song that has a meaning, a purpose behind it, something that shares my life story, but has an uplifting aspect that you can make it through. It is only temporary, and I'm living proof that you can make something of yourself.
right. Right, that's good right there. Yeah, let's speak on your song, Isabella. The music video, Isabella, earned a 2024 Telly Award. Can you tell us about the concept behind the video and how you translate the song emotion into visual storytelling?
Yeah, so Isabella is something that's really cool because I actually wrote it for my future wife.
Okay, that's good.
So
All
it's just
right.
it's something that whoever she may be, it's
Yeah,
about her, right? And
right.
it's something that we can all kind of relate to in an aspect,
Yeah,
no matter who your partner is, right? It's
right,
finding your partner, and
right.
once you see them, it's just like just evolving the relationship from there. And it's really cool at the shows and whatnot. Is people are always asking, "Oh, have you found your Isabella?" Or people will yeah, I mean, they're like, "I just got engaged. I found my Isabella." It's like
Yeah.
cool to see the stories that they share with me, and that it's
Uh,
it's relatable, and because no matter what it is, we're all looking for our person, right?
right. Okay, that's cool. That's a cool answer right there. Whoever she may be out there. Okay, let's go with number 6. Number 6 is I get asked this a lot too, but this is for you right here. Now, when you sit down to write a song, where do you typically begin? With melody, lyric, chord progression, or something else entirely?
So I think it really depends on the song. I've done almost every different type of version, but I would say typically, like,
Yeah,
sometimes if I come up with like a chord progression or melody or something, and it's like sometimes I'll save that and maybe find the right like story and lyrics to add to it. And
Right.
because there's aspects where sometimes I do it all at the same time, or sometimes I have some different like melodies and then some different song ideas, and okay, match which one goes with each one, right? I think the biggest thing
Mm-hmm.
is like having some sort of idea behind it,
Yeah.
and then
Right.
figuring out, okay, so I have the idea, now let me figure out kind of the music end of it, and
Right.
then I'm going to add the lyrics as I'm kind of pushing the music together. Um,
Right.
Even if that's just starting with a verse or a chorus or something, it's like kind of having at least somewhat of the idea, then to
Right. Yeah.
then to the lyrics, and kind of just like adjusting from there.
Right. Yeah. For me, when I compose a beat, I like to start with the chord progression. So maybe the beat. The beat kind of give me the feel of where to go with the chorus or the bass line. So I could dig that. Okay. Number 7 is growing up in California. How has your environment influenced your musical identity? Well, she kind of answered that both the cool California aspect and the country roots.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously we touched on that a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's influenced everything. I mean, I think not just those aspects, but everything in all of our lives influences who we are today, whether
Right.
whether we're in entertainment or in a different career path. And I think we are who we are today because of our upbringing, because of aspects of things that we've gone through. And
Yeah.
so
Exactly.
everything that I've gone through impacts who I am today and the music I create today.
Right.
The music I
Oh,
create today may be something completely different than 10 years from now.
right. 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 Yeah. Exactly. Because you growing, you evolving. Right. Okay. So number 8 is many emerging artists find it challenging to balance commercial appeal with being original. So how do negativity keep your sound true to yourself while reaching a broad audience? Well, how navigating? I'm sorry about that. How navigating keep your sound true to yourself while reaching your broad audience?
So I think growing up as a child actor, going through, a lot of auditions as a kid here,
Okay.
in LA, and you know,
Uh-huh.
there's an aspect of a lot of rejection and being bullied as a kid. There's an aspect of a lot of being made fun of, and again more rejection and aspects of I kind of woke up one day and I'm just like, okay, well, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm not gonna
Right.
let anybody else affect what I am setting my heart to accomplish. And the truth
Yeah.
is anytime that someone says I can't do it, I say,
Mm-hmm.
why not? And
Yeah.
respectfully, watch me, because I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go and try to do it more so because you just told me I couldn't. Not because
Yeah.
I want to be disrespectful, but because I want to chase my dream. And the fact that
Yeah.
you're telling me I can't is just gonna light more fire underneath me. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
that's just my drive, my passion, and my dedication to everything
Yeah.
I set my mind to.
Right.
There's an aspect of we just want to accomplish success. For me, it's not about fame or money or anything like that. To me,
Right.
it's about bringing awareness to the stories and the messaging
Mm-hmm.
of my music. The more
Right.
I can get my music out there to heal others, to create awareness, that's what's accomplishing for me. To be able to step on a stage and it just be completely magical, and sharing those moments with the crowd is just, it's incredible.
Right. Right. Yeah. That's spoken like a true Californian. I'm from California myself. So I get it. We definitely love a good challenge. All right, number 9 is you have recognition on the West Coast already. Now, what's the biggest hurdle for you breaking into the broader national, international country market, and how are you approaching it?
Right now, we're obviously being from California. Obviously, that's been a home base, and you know,
Right.
we're we're touching into different areas here, and been doing
Yeah.
a lot of stuff in North Carolina. And next year, there's a lot of really exciting new spots that we're coming to on the tour. So
Right.
really just trying to bring awareness in different parts of the country, different parts of the world, and
Mm,
obviously in today's world, social media does a great job with that. So
yeah.
pushing that content out along with making stops in some of those different areas, and just excited to I love meeting all the fans and all the different cities across America and across the world, and so I'm just really exciting for some of these shows to come up this year.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good answer right there.
Me.
Yeah. Okay. Number 10 is which artists, past or present, have been your biggest influence in country and outside of it?
There's so many artists that have influenced my career and influenced who I am as a person. You know, I
Right.
I think there's definitely artists like you know Luke Bryan and Thomas Rhett, and aspects of Ed Sheeran, and back in the day Air Supply, and
Mm,
just so many artists that kind of add to it. Of even things like Sam Hunt, Brett
yeah.
Young, of course, Jimmy, and just so many just incredible artists, as well as like Megan Maroney and Kelsey Ballerini. Just so many different aspects that I try to add little pieces and learn from them, and just create who Presley Aronson is.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Now, on the performance side of things, what's your favorite instrument to play live and why?
I think it's got to be acoustic guitar. It's one of my favorites. It just adds a whole another level, and it's one of my favorite instruments to play. Um,
Uh,
I love playing piano too. It's just such a beautiful instrument. But just as an artist, as a singer, and I think that's one of my favorites to play live is definitely guitar, and being able to just like create something special out of that. Because also it's like I can go anywhere with a guitar. It's hard to
yeah.
carry a drum kit or a keyboard or grand back, but an acoustic guitar you can take anywhere from
Yeah.
you know on the beach to a bonfire to stopping by a TV station, radio station, or doing a little pop-up concert. I love to stop by a lot of the boys and girls clubs or schools wherever I'm stopping on tour, and be able to just have a guitar and just go and sing a few songs and have fun with the kids is something that is just really special to me.
Yeah. Okay. Now, given your multi-instrumental or instrument skill set, when you record, do you tend to play many parts yourself or collaborate with other session musicians?
I think it's a mix of both. Um, a lot of times I'm usually always playing the acoustic, sometimes the piano, an aspect. It just really depends on the song and who's collaborating with at that time. And
Yeah.
sometimes I'm doing it, sometimes somebody else is doing it. So it's just really just a big collaboration.
Right. Okay. Let's go to this one. Looking ahead, what are you working on next? Any new singles, EP, album? Are you exploring new sounds, genres, or collaborations?
Well, I can't say too much, but a little
Okay.
bit of a little bit of all of the above. I'll give you a little sneak peek that 2026 is going to be a huge impact. There's going to be a lot
Okay.
of new stuff coming, a lot of
Yeah.
songs, a lot of content, a lot of music videos, and a lot of shows. So buckle up, 26 is coming up.
Okay then. All right, number 15, you kind of spoke on this already about social media platforms, how you leverage that. Let's go with number 17. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? That's always seemed to be the big question for artists.
I think wherever my journey takes me 5 years from now, I hope it's really something that my message and my storytelling through music is just spread across the world and making a real impact in people's lives.
Right. Okay. For now, this one is right. This is for listeners who might be hearing your music for the first time, what one song of yours would you suggest they start with and why?
Oh, I'm a little biased on that one because I love all my.
Okay.
I mean, I would say, there's different songs for different styles, right? I try to make music that kind of fits with everyone. If you're looking
Yeah.
for something that's, fun and positive, I would definitely go check out Live Like Paradise. If you're looking for something that, is something a little bit more healing, then maybe Background or Love for the Wind. If you're looking for something that's fun and party, then maybe
Mhm.
Cali Country or Tonight. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more of a love song, then definitely something like She's All Mine or Isabella.
Right. Okay. That's good. And this one right here, let's talk about this one is about what is your biggest lessons you learned in your career so far, both musically and business wise? Because I see you got a entertainment production, PAE. So how have that shaped your approach today?
I think the biggest thing in all aspects is really patience and persistence, which I know
Right.
that those are kind of polar opposites of each other. But
Right.
knowing when to be patient and knowing when to be persistent is a
Mm-hmm.
key of everything. I'm a really hard worker, and it's just there's certain moments that you got to know when to push, 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 and sometimes when you need to be patient, and it will come. And those are some of the most important aspects of really important, like, kind of advice that I would give from experience.
Okay. Now outside of music, let's see, outside of music, what personal passions recharge you or help you bring fresh perspective to your art? That's question number 20, final question.
I love this one. It's for me, music is a big part of my life in general. So music sometimes is my recharge. Uh,
Right.
you know, but maybe that's just the aspect of just like playing music is the recharge more or less. But at the end of the day, there's so many like hobbies that I love to do. I'm huge on like anywhere tropical, just being on a
Uh,
boat, whether that's on a lake, in the ocean. I love
yeah.
being on a boat or at the ocean,
Yeah.
at the beach. Um, I love to cook. I love eating. I love to cook. So enjoying
Okay.
cooking for other people, and I make a lot of different things, and I love my favorite part is really just you know being able to make stuff for other people. You know,
Yeah.
I love aspects of like I love snowboarding. Like you can't anybody that knows me, friends, family, and it's just like once I'm on the mountain, I'm up in the snow. It's like you can't get me off. I'm literally gonna ride the last lift up to hit that last slope of the day. I'm the Energizer Bunny when it comes to snowboarding. I love it.
But there we have it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Presley Aronson and Isabella. If you out there listening, he can cook, he can do all kinds of things. So there you have it. Y'all been tuned in right here, JLN Radio Podcast, and I've been your host, Edwin J. Applewhite. Until next time, we out of here.
Thank you so